Hey, good evening, friends. Back again. I'm going to do another album review. Last review I did was The Who's "It's Hard," their 1982 album, final album until 2006. Uh, this review, my hair's all messed up because of the rain. It was raining today. This review, we're going to review this album. Get a good shot of that. See the guys all sitting in cables. 1978's "Who Are You" by The Who. Um, who are you? Okay, this is the actually 1996 remaster of it. So there's some bonus tracks on this as well. Okay, with a little bio on the album, it was the last album with Keith Moon. He had died, unfortunately, passed away 20 days after the record was released. It contains, of course, one of the most well-known Who songs, being the title song, "Who Are You?" I was reading that some of these songs, or a few of them, were actually part of his Pete Townshend's abandoned Lifehouse project, and he started writing the Lifehouse project, which were songs that went on to "Who's Next," and some of them come back here. But I'm going to give you my review of my opinion of "Who Are You," the last Who album of the 70s, and the last one with the late, great, amazing Keith Moon. Keith Moon the Loon. Starts off with "New Song," and you hear this weird sound that Townsend's doing with the guitar, and then it just goes in, and there's like, I guess, keyboards, drums, and guitar, and then Roger Daltrey just belts out with the vocals. To be honest with you, this song just doesn't really go off the ground for me. It's a rock song, it's a hard rocker, but it doesn't really hit me. So "New Song," it just doesn't. I don't know. It just never really moved me. Or it just never hit me. Then we go on to "Had Enough." This is the first of 3 songs that John Entwistle wrote on here. And "Had Enough" is kind of along the same lines of "New Song." It's rocking, but at the same time, it doesn't really. It just doesn't, take off for me. I don't know why. I just was never able to get into the start of this album. Yeah. Then we go on to "905," which is the second John Entwistle song on the album, which starts off with John Entwistle playing a synthesizer, which sounds like a bass synthesizer or something. And then he starts singing while Townsend's strumming the guitar, and then everybody comes in. Now, I really like John Entwistle's songwriting with The Who. Some of the stuff he's done. Of course, there was Boris the Spider, but, like "My Wife" and "The Quiet One." "You" is a good one that he's written. I generally like a lot of his songs that he's written for The Who, but these two just don't really do it for me. As you can tell, I haven't gotten to like a really great winner on this album yet. Sorry, Who fans, but the review's not over with yet. Then we go to "Sister Disco." Now this is really when the album takes off for me. It's got this synthesizer part that Pete Townsend programmed. It sounds like a violin playing really fast, but it's actually a synthesizer, and it's a good rocking song. This one I actually do like, "Sister Disco." It's a pretty catchy song. This one I think works well on the album. I do like this one. So if you haven't heard "Sister Disco," I recommend you check that one out on YouTube if you're curious about this album and you only know the "Who Are You" song. So "Sister Disco" is really good. Number 5, "Music Must Change." This one I was reading about how Keith Moon was unable to play the drums on this for whatever reason. I guess the alcohol abuse or the drug abuse. But there's no drums on this. In fact, my friend Robert, the bassist of Cracknwall, who is a huge Who fan, was telling me that the way they kept the rhythm was Pete Townsend was walking. They were recording his shoes walking on the studio floor to keep time. And there's a few cymbals in this, and there's hand claps, or maybe computerized hand claps. They sound like they might be computerized. I don't know if they're actual hand claps or not. But yeah, this is weak. This just I don't really care for this the song too much on this CD. Music Must Change. That's one of the songs, along with Sister Disco, I know that was part of the continuation of the Lifehouse experiment. Um, yeah. 6, Trick of the Light, which is the third song from John Entwistle, is a rocking one. I do like this one. This is actually one of the one out of the 3 John Entwistle songs I really do like. This one's a pretty fiery rocker for the most part. I do like this one. Check this one out on YouTube, Trick of the Light. I know this was played in their '79 tour, the first tour with Kenny Jones as the Who drummer. But Trick of Light is very good. I do like that one. Guitar and Pen, kind of a weird one. It's got different kind of changes to it. It's got like these bold kind of, there's piano and guitar, and then the drums. Drums are simplistic enough, but the lyrics are pretty bad. I think the lyrics are weak. I just really don't like the lyrics on this song. So Guitar and Pen, yeah, I don't like it. 8, Love Is Coming Down, definitely the weakest song on the album from The Who. It's a ballad. It's it's got synthesizer, I guess, or orchestra or something. It sounds kind of like it's orchestrated, real slow. I just think it's boring. I just think this song is particularly boring. I just don't like it. And to be honest with you, when I first bought the CD, I went to Waterloo Records specifically to buy this one because I didn't have this one. So I've had this for a while. I've had this for a few years now. I remember listening to song after song, and then finally I just skipped to number 9, which is Who Are You? We go to number 9, Who Are You? The song that everybody's mother's, cousin's, uncle's dog knows. Yes, Who Are You is a great song. But unfortunately, it's like the best song on the album. That was a single. And there's really not that many good songs. There's only like 3 songs on here I like. But yeah, Who Are You? I mean, we've all heard the song. It's FM rock radio staple. I mean, they still play it live. Who Are You is a great song. I'm sure you've seen the video from The Kids Are Alright. They're in the studio, and Keith Moon's doing this and he's doing that, whatever. Okay, so yeah, Who Are You is great. That's a great song. That closes out the album, but like I said, this one has a few bonus tracks. This one, song in here called No Road Romance, which I believe was an outtake from the Who Are You sessions. It's weak. It's boring, and it's piano, and I don't think there's any drums on this. Empty Glass, which was later put on Pete Townshend's 1980 solo album, Empty Glass, is decent. It's like a demo version of it. I don't think it's as good as the actual album version. I have the album on vinyl with Empty Glass, but it's okay. There's an Olympic 78 mix of Guitar and Pen. Yeah, I don't like Guitar and Pen, and Love Is Coming Down, Work in Progress mix, and then there's a Lost Verse mix of Who Are You. But those are the bonus tracks. This is the 96 remaster of The Who. And it does sound really, really good. It sounds very pristine quality, very, very crisp quality. You can hear everything. It sounds amazing. So they remastered this really well. They remixed it very well. But yeah, this was a Who album that I just could never really get into. And I was surprised. I thought I was going to really like this because of how great Who Are You is, the song Who Are You. But other than that, like Sister Disco and Trick of the Light, none of these other songs really hit me. I find them either boring or just weak. To be honest with you, I just don't really think this is a classic Who album. I'd definitely say that Who Are You is a classic song, but yeah, it's just to give this album a grade. Well, I'm a huge, huge, huge Who fan, and I have to have like every album they come out with. Give this a grade. Kind of hard. Really, the most I can give Who Are You is a B-. That's being pretty generous. I can't go any higher than that. I certainly can't go any lower. There is the three songs I do like work really well. I'd actually heard my friend Robert was telling me they were trying to commercialize on this album, like they were trying to make a hit record and make the songs very commercial, which might be why this album isn't very good, because whenever an artist tries to do that, the records are never as good. They're not doing it from the heart anymore. They're doing it for a paycheck. I don't know. But yeah, actually, to be honest with you, I think that It's Hard and Face Dances are much better than this album. I mean, that might step on a few Who fans' toes, and I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion. I just don't really care for this one too much. It's a great album cover. I like the look of them. I mean, check it out. I mean, Keith Moon sitting in a chair saying not to be taken away. Kind of ironic, but yeah, the cover is great. Who Are You? The song is great. Sister of Disco is great, but yeah, it's weak. Sorry, guys. I'm giving the Who's 1978 album, Who Are You, a B-. That's the best I can go. Definitely not essential. I don't really recommend you getting this one. If you're just a casual fan, just pick up a greatest hit album, even though I'm against greatest hit albums, but I just don't really think this would be one that you definitely don't want to start with. This one. A good one to start with, I'd say, is Who's Next. That's a great one to start with. Or even the Who Sell Out. But this, yeah. Hey, that's my second Who review. You got to hear me ramble about Who Are You? And we'll see what else I've got coming on. I want to do some more reviews. I'm having fun. So, once again, there it is. The Who's Who Are You gets a B-. Yeah. Alright. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later on YouTube with the next review. Alright. Good night.